when you create this digital twin, I mean, you guys are probably using some industry leading tools like PVKs, maybe other design tools, some O&M software. Where, like, do you create your own, or do you collect your own raw data layer? Do you create that and then like maintain it on that internally, or do you connect all the data between the different SaaS tools? What are some such tools you're using besides your existing SCADA systems or other systems? It must get quite complicated. Like, how do you prioritize which data and what to collect, what to prioritize, what to organize? And I'm assuming right now you guys are focusing on more the live asset piece. And like, what are your future plans as you evolve this more data-centric management of these power plants?
So maybe I can take that question.
Yeah.
There are quite a few softwares that the team is using cross functionally. From the beginning of the life cycle, we tend to use what we would consider rapid design tools, or
Mhm.
yeah, I mean that's really the term that is considered. You
What are
mentioned,
some examples of those
yeah,
rapid design?
PVKs, Plan
Mhm.
Predict, Rated Power, which I believe they changed their name to something different. Obviously AutoCAD, but there are a lot of tools and cross functional platforms that we can use to
Yeah.
combine, just engineering software and those.
Mhm.
But then
Yeah.
there's a leverage of GIS platforms that we have with a fairly robust GIS team that we have internally. So
Mhm.
from the very beginning, we start putting all of that data into a GIS platform. Eventually, as Jimena said, we're trying to collect all of this data. There are so many different sources, from O&M logs to equipment, supply, rosters, all of these things into one place. So it's that unification that is the ultimate vision, as Jimena said, a digital twin that has all of this metadata and attributes tied to it. So the platform that we're probably navigating toward, and maybe I don't want to spill too much of what our secret sauce is.
Plaza.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, I think this is
Yeah.
what the industry needs, is to help standardize, is OneMap. Right, OneMap is a fairly large software platform that is used not just in the solar industry, but in a lot of other different types of construction and other energy, and so many other platforms. So leveraging that to help combine all of these relevant items is where we are looking into, whether it's
Mhm.
pulling drone information from layers that we collect, whether it's internally through a third party, or drawing and survey data that we're entering in. The
Yeah.
second part, or the next phase of it, is tying all of these attributes to all of these different components and leveraging that information as we get into that operational phase.
And
Yeah.
that
And
can also take you. Oh, go ahead, Jimena, please.
no, I was just gonna add that, for example, I think Lightsource and maybe other companies that operate internationally, we face the challenge that, in Australia, they might have a provider. And then in the US, we have a different provider. And even in the US alone, we have different providers for different things. We have different O&Ms, we have different APCs. So we need to work to build our systems to be able to have inputs from all these different providers worldwide. So we need a
Yeah.
way to have our data centralized and standardized for our business purposes, but we also need to be able to be agnostic to who provides the services, because we're not experts in every single platform. We're not software developers. We're not trying to beat people in their fields or be the best at everything, but we do need to be able to ingest all that information and consolidate it in a way that it informs the business as a whole, regardless of where the asset is being built or
Of course, yeah.
operated.
And this makes a lot of sense as the industry is growing, and and everyone's operations are getting so much more complicated and sophisticated. And it's great that leaders of the industry are thinking about standardizing these approaches to data collection and management.